Welcome to the deep dive. We plunge into the critical shifts shaping our world and try to surface the insights you need to stay ahead. Today, we're navigating something huge, a really seismic transformation happening, well, right under our digital noses, how we find information online. For decades, it's just been second nature, right? Type keywords into a search bar, hit enter, scroll through links. But that familiar landscape, it's rapidly, fundamentally changing. And look, it's not just a minor tweak either. Gartner, for instance, they're predicting that traditional keyword search could decrease by, well, a staggering 25% by 2026. Just think about that for a second. That's not a small adjustment. It feels like a complete overhaul of how we interact online. So what does this actually mean for you, for how you consume information? And critically, what does it mean for businesses trying to, stay visible online in this new era? Our mission today is to equip you with the essential insights, the actionable strategies you need, really, to ensure your brand remains discoverable, relevant, and thrives in this new AI-driven landscape. Okay, let's unpack this. So cast your mind back to let's call it the old way of searching. You had a question, right? You type a few keywords into Google or whatever, hit enter, and boom, pages of links. It was always a bit like digital detective work, wasn't it? Clicking through sites, opening maybe 5-6 tabs, piecing together an answer. We've all done that, Vance.
Oh, absolutely. We all have. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how AI search is just completely transformed that user interaction. Now, instead of just keywords, people are often asking questions in full sentences, natural language, like they're talking to someone. And the AI, it doesn't just give you a list of links back. It often presents an AI overview, a direct, synthesized answer, which often means you don't even need to click into any website at all. This is what we're starting to call zero-click search. Nobody clicks, but everyone gets an answer right there from the AI. And this fundamentally changes how users interact with online information. Those complex searches, visiting multiple sites, often unnecessary now. It really shifts the value proposition.
Wow. So it's not just search results looking different. It's a whole new way of getting information. And for businesses, well, that's a monumental shift, isn't it? If people aren't clicking links nearly as much, just ranking on page 1 of Google, suddenly that might not be enough. It sounds like both a huge opportunity to be the answer, but also a significant challenge.
Right.
How do you get found? Your content now needs to be structured, presented in a way that the AI actually selects it for that overview, not just finds it in a list.
Precisely. And the core difference between the old way and the new way is, well, it's stark. Keyword search, historically, it relied on exact keyword matching. You type how to increase sales, you get links with that exact phrase. Ranking was based on word similarity. The engine didn't really understand your underlying need, But with intent-based AI search, models like ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, they go way beyond that. They understand the intention behind your query. So if you ask, say, how can I get customers to buy again? The AI gets that you're interested in customer retention strategies, not just those specific words. It analyzes your actual need, synthesizes info from lots of different sources, and gives you these conversational direct answers. It addresses the core problem. It's more like having a really informed assistant than just a librarian pointing you to the shelves.
That distinction, matching words versus understanding intent, that feels absolutely crucial. But how? How does the AI actually do this? How does it figure out not just what we type, but what we really mean? This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's generally powered by 3 sort of underlying mechanisms working together. First, you've got semantic search. This is where the AI analyzes the meaning behind the search terms, not just looking for exact keyword matches. So, for instance, if you search how to sell online, the AI doesn't just look for pages with that exact phrase. It can pull content on broader concepts, marketing techniques, social media strategies, e-commerce platforms, customer acquisition advice. It gets the concept of what you're trying to do. Second, there's context awareness. AI models are getting much better at remembering previous interactions within a single conversation or session. So if you ask about selling online and then follow up with, can I do it on a limited budget? The AI connects that. It knows you're still talking about selling online. You don't have to re-explain everything. It builds on the conversation, makes it more fluid, more personalized, almost like a real dialogue.
Right. It remembers what you were just talking about.
Exactly. And finally, a really exciting frontier is multimodal search. This is the capability where AI can process and display information from different formats, not just text. Models like Google's Gemini, they're rapidly developing the ability to pull insights and answers from images, video, audio, even code sometimes, providing these really comprehensive, diverse answers. Imagine asking about a plant just by showing a picture, or getting a recipe by describing a dish you saw.
That's incredible. That really is the kind of search experience we probably dreamed about decades ago. But okay, it's not like there's one single AI brain doing all this, is it? We have these different leading models out there, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. Each seems to have distinct features, maybe different philosophies. So which ones should businesses really be keeping a close eye on right now, and why? Are they all converging, or are there sort of different strategic battlegrounds emerging here?
That's an excellent question because you're right. Understanding these different, let's call them personalities, is really key to a smart strategy. Let's maybe dive into three prominent ones and their business implications. First up, ChatGPT from OpenAI. They really kind of pioneered this conversational AI feel, its strengths. Definitely that highly conversational interface, the natural language responses, handling multi-step questions really well. And for Plus users, that browse with Bing feature is important. It gives real-time data and linked references, which helps deal with that old problem of AI sometimes having outdated info. For businesses, ChatGPT offers huge opportunities. Content creation is a big one, drafting blog posts, ad copy ideas, building sophisticated customer service chatbots, analyzing search queries to understand user intent better, at scale. You can even integrate it with your CRM systems. That's your customer relationship management software via API, which lets different software talk to each other. So for your content strategy, this means thinking about Q&A style content, always including clear references, keeping things updated, and clearly specifying entities, brand names, products to help the AI understand your unique value.
Okay, so ChatGPT sounds great for that dynamic, conversational engagement and maybe content generation. What about Google's powerhouse, Gemini? How does its approach differ? What advantages does that offer?
Right, Gemini from Google. It integrates AI deeply with Google's massive search index, which is, a colossal foundation of information. Its strength is providing that AI overview right at the top, summarizing multiple sources, often with related links. Seems pretty good at multi-step reasoning for complex questions, too. And looking ahead, it's planning to support multimedia formats, images, video. The strategic play here for Google seems to be enhancing traditional search with AI summarization and deeper understanding, trying to keep users right there within the Google ecosystem. The business opportunity with Gemini is potentially huge. Quality website content is, highly likely to be pulled into these AI overview results. That could dramatically boost your click-through rate, CTR, and brand visibility right there on the search results page. It also has tools within Google Workspace like helping marketers summarize emails and things like that. Content strategy-wise for Gemini, you absolutely need to be using schema markup. That's the structured data that helps search engines understand your content better. Things like FAQ schema, how-to schema. Include clear summaries, use bullet points, create really comprehensive content that fully answers user questions, and crucially, emphasize EEAT. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. These are Google's established pillars for judging content quality, and they seem just as, if not more, important now.
EEAT, right? That's been around but feels even more critical now. And then there's Claude from Anthropic. Where does it fit in this picture? What makes it stand out?
Claude, yes. Anthropic's model distinguishes itself mainly through its ability to handle incredibly long contexts, sometimes up to 200,000 tokens. That's ideal for analyzing huge data sets or really lengthy documents. It also emphasizes high security protocols and aims for exceptionally precise answers, which is vital for organizations where accuracy is paramount. Its strategic niche seems to be depth and reliability. Businesses can leverage Claude for things like summarizing really extensive reports, creating super in-depth long-form content, personalizing large amounts of CRM data for highly tailored customer interactions, maybe significantly reducing market research time, especially with complex customer queries. For content strategy targeting Claude, the focus should probably be on building a comprehensive fact-check knowledge base for the AI to draw from. Defining a consistent brand voice for any AI-generated content is important too, and rigorously verifying any AI-created content for accuracy.
Okay, so it really isn't a one-size-fits-all situation, is it? It sounds like we're looking at a landscape demanding a more nuanced, maybe multi-AI strategy. Recognizing if your priority is, say, conversational depth with ChatGPT, or Google's ecosystem integration with Gemini, or that large-scale precise data processing with Claude, and then tailoring your content. Which I guess leads us to a really crucial question for many businesses. For years, SEO has been the cornerstone of online strategy. This idea of AI-led search must be, frankly, terrifying for some. Are they wondering if all that investment is now just obsolete? Is SEO dead, or is it more a shift in emphasis?
That's a very understandable concern, definitely. But the answer, I think, is a resounding no. SEO is absolutely not dead. If we try to connect this to the bigger picture, LMO or language model optimization, it doesn't replace SEO. It's really a complementary strategy. Think about it. SEO, search engine optimization, historically focused on ranking in traditional search engines, right? Using keywords, backlinks, meta tags. The main goal was always to increase website traffic, get clicks. Success was measured by search rank, CTR, organic traffic numbers. LMO, large language model optimization, on the other hand, aims to optimize your content specifically for these AI models like ChatGPT and Gemini. The goal here is different. It's about getting your content or your brand selected as the first answer the AI presents, or maybe frequently referenced by. So the metrics change too. We're looking at things like AI mentions, the quality references, the proportion of times your content shows up in those AI results, key principles for LMO, things like conversational clarity, using natural language, well-structured long-form content, making sure you have reliable sources, and really deeply understanding user intent.
But here's the crucial insight, the part that should maybe calm those fears. SEO is still necessary, absolutely essential in fact. Our sources highlight that a significant chunk, something like 52% of content appearing in Google's AI overview, already comes from websites ranking on the first page of traditional Google search results.
Wow, 52%. So a strong SEO foundation is critical just for the AI to even find and understand your content in the first place.
Exactly. Think of LMO as maybe the advanced layer on top, but SEO is still the solid ground beneath it. You need both.
That's a huge point. So it's evolution, not extinction for SEO. Okay. So with this new landscape kind of understood, let's get practical. What are the concrete, actionable steps businesses like, the ones listening can implement right now? How do you ensure your brand gets AI selected? What's the new optimization playbook look like?
Right, let's get into actionable strategies. We've identified 5 key ones based on the current trends. First, and this is really foundational, you absolutely must analyze your brand presence using specific AI search tools. Tools like HubSpot's AI Search Grader, AISG, are becoming, indispensable.
Right.
AISG doesn't just check if your brand shows up. It looks at your brand sentiment, like what's the tone or image the AI presents when talking about your brand? Is it positive, negative, neutral? And it looks at your share of voice, how often your brand gets mentioned compared to your competitors in these AI answers. And this isn't a one-time check. You need to track this continuously because AI results can change really rapidly. Running these kinds of checks regularly helps you spot trends, see new search queries emerging, maybe even notice algorithm shifts. It gives you early warnings and competitive insights.
Continuous monitoring. Okay. That makes sense given how fast things are moving. What's next?
Second, you need to optimize your content for both user intent and AI processing. This means a fundamental shift away from just stuffing keywords in towards truly focusing on the user's actual question or need, their intent. Use natural, fluent language. Try to provide concise answers right up front, then maybe elaborate with more detail further down. Incorporate those long-tail keywords or conversational questions people actually ask. Think, where can I buy vegan skincare in Bangkok? Instead of just jamming in skincare promo Bangkok. And critically, structure your content so AI can easily process it. Use clear subheadings, bullet points are great, dedicated FAQs or resource pages, maybe even clear summaries or tables of content right in your first paragraph. The principle here is pretty simple, really. Content that is user-friendly is AI-friendly.
User-friendly is AI-friendly. I like that. Clarity and natural flow benefit everyone, human or machine. What's our third strategy?
Third strategy is monitor the competitors that AI cites. Pay close attention. Actively observe what kind of competitor content the AI frequently references. Is it their super in-depth articles, their how-to guides, maybe specific Q&A sections on their site? You can even use AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini yourself. Ask industry-related questions and look closely at any additional questions the AI suggests. This can sometimes uncover untapped opportunities for your own content. Keep an eye on Google's traditional search engine results pages, SERP2, alongside Gemini. Understand the structure of those AI overview answers. Check the People Also Ask section that's still a goldmine for related user interests. Use all this insight to refine your content strategy and try to stay a step ahead.
So learning from what's already working for others, essentially. Makes sense. Strategy 4.
Fourth, you need to strengthen your content's credibility. This is huge. Use real data, keep it updated, and cite reliable sources. AI seems to prioritize quality and trustworthiness above almost everything else. So include verifiable data, current statistics if possible, quotes from experts, and crucially, clear citations. Make it obvious where your information comes from. There was a recent study, I think, by Agarwal that found content with references is something like 30-40% more likely to be displayed by AI.
30 to 40%. Wow.
Yeah, it really underlines that phrase, content is king, but credible content is emperor. Hey, make sure you update your content regularly, too. Fresh data, recent events show that AI, your information is current and relevant. Organize it clearly, subheadings, logical flow, bullet points, tables, anything that aids AI processing helps. And of course, always ensure factual accuracy. Use reputable sources, international ones if relevant, and try to add your own unique brand analysis or perspective to really stand out.
Credibility as emperor. Got it. Okay, what's the fifth and final strategy?
Finally, strategy number 5 is to build a strong, multi-channel online presence. Remember, AI learns from a huge array of online sources, not just your main website. It looks at places like Reddit, niche forums, product reviews, news articles, the whole digital ecosystem. So think about actively participating in relevant niche forums or community platforms like Reddit, where your audience might hang out. Professional and timely responses to online reviews, both the good and the bad, can significantly boost positive brand sentiment as perceived by the AI. Investing in public relations, PR, to get news mentions can also be really valuable. Those mentions seem to significantly increase AI's perception of your brand's trustworthiness. Produce diverse content formats, too, videos, infographics, podcasts. Some AIs like Perplexity can apparently even cite podcast data now.
Interesting.
Yeah. And crucially, cross-link all this content systematically. Connect your blog post to relevant videos, link from forum discussions back to your resource pages. This builds a strong, interconnected digital footprint, making it much easier for AI to find and understand your brand, no matter where it's looking for information.
That's a really comprehensive playbook. Analyze with tools, optimize for intent, monitor competitors, build credibility, and strengthen that whole digital footprint. But before we wrap up, there's one kind of technical but really crucial decision businesses face, isn't there? Whether or not to actually allow these AI bots like GPT bot, Claude bot, Perplexity bot to crawl their websites in the first place. This raises a big question about balancing visibility with control over your own content. What's the risk-reward calculus here?
It's a critical decision, you're right, and there are definitely clear pros and cons to weigh up carefully. On the pro side, allowing these bots access can lead to significantly increased brand appearance in AI search results. That's a potential big win for visibility. There's also the possibility of referral traffic, as some platforms do seem to provide attribution links back to your site, though it's not always guaranteed. And, if AI chooses to cite your content frequently, that genuinely enhances your brand authority. It signals to the AI and maybe indirectly to users that your content is high quality and trustworthy.
Okay, so visibility, potential traffic, authority. What about the downsides?
Well, there are significant cons and risks, too. One is potentially inefficient crawling. Some bots might struggle with JavaScript-heavy sites, meaning important parts of your content could be missed or misinterpreted. There's also the risk of a lack of clear credit or attribution. Some AIs might summarize or use your content without providing a clear link or proper credit, so you lose that potential direct traffic and brand recognition. High bot traffic itself can be an issue. It can lead to server overload, especially for smaller sites, and potentially increase your hosting costs. And critically, there are these evolving legal and intellectual property concerns. Many countries still lack clear regulations on how crawled content can be used for AI training and output. This could leave your proprietary content vulnerable, potentially used in ways you didn't intend or agree to.
Right, the wild west of AI training data. So how do you decide? Is there a simple framework?
The framework is basically this. You should probably allow access if your content is generally public, has no major restrictions, and your main goal is to maximize visibility in AI search and potentially get those citations and traffic. Conversely, you should strongly consider blocking or limiting access. You can often do this using meta tags or robots.txt files if your content is confidential, perhaps behind a paywall, proprietary, or if you have significant privacy concerns or copyright worries about how it might be used. It really is a strategic choice that needs to align with your specific business model and the value you place on your content versus the value of AI visibility.
That makes sense. A very practical consideration. Well, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. It really feels like we're at a transformative moment in our digital lives. The central theme seems undeniably clear. AI is rapidly becoming the new engine of discovery. And success, well, it hinges on this blend, doesn't it? Yeah. Traditional SEO, which is still foundational, you stress that.
Absolutely.
And these agile new LMO strategies, which are now essential for being chosen, for being the definitive answer in this AI world.
Exactly. And the importance of proactive adaptation. Continuously monitoring these AI search trends, being willing to experiment. That just cannot be overstated. This isn't just about surviving the shift. It's really about looking at AI search as a powerful opportunity for sustainable growth, for heightened customer awareness, and for truly connecting with your audience in a much more direct, maybe even more intelligent way.
So, what does this all mean for you listening? It means we're definitely entering a dynamic, probably quite exciting future where understanding AI isn't just going to be an advantage, it's becoming a necessity for anyone looking to navigate and thrive in the modern information landscape. And maybe one final thought to leave you with. As AI increasingly becomes the primary curator of information, how might our understanding of truth and authority evolve, especially when we start receiving these synthesized single answers rather than a diverse list of sources that we use to evaluate ourselves? Something to ponder, perhaps, as you continue your own deep dives.